Lines here with a bizarre story.
Bizarre,
But
it's actually uncovered a pretty interesting issue.
The Minnesota DFL tells me tonight it does not require a background check for the hundreds of people it hires to go door knocking. Although, as you're about to see in this case, it may not have made a difference. In this quiet Champlin neighborhood, Bruce Ackerman didn't give a second thought to the campaign door knocker wearing a Madia for Congress t-shirt.
My wife and I noticed him standing out on the street looking at our house, so we sat down, didn't think anything of it. We sat down and waited for the doorbell to ring.
But the campaign worker never made it to the front door. He went to Ackerman's backyard, where he took his daughter's scooter.
And he's down at the corner doing circles.
My name's Tom Lydon. I'm from Fox 9 News. Nice to meet you.
This is the campaign worker, 22-year-old Sean Folstad of Anoka. Hired by the DFL on Thursday, fired on Friday.
It's kind of a weird kind of thing that happened. I guess I was just kind of in the area at the wrong time.
A few minutes later and a few blocks away, police found Sean Folstad here at this park. He said he came here because he needed to use the porta potty. He had to go real bad, he said, needed to get here fast, and he said the scooter was the fastest way.
My wife had said that he was making faces and acting a little crazy.
I'm gonna kill you.
Folstad has a couple bizarre psycho-like videos on YouTube, but his only trouble with the law came during the Republican convention when he was arrested for unlawful assembly, a misdemeanor.
The canvassers should be screened very strictly. You've got to know who's representing you.
Did they ask you if you had any felonies, or did they ask you if you had anything?
No, they didn't. No.
They didn't ask you if you had any criminal background?
No.
They didn't?
No.
And while Folstad works for the DFL, it certainly doesn't help the Madia campaign.
You have a Madia for Congress bumper sticker.
Just the night before, this Madia volunteer was caught on camera taking Eric Paulson campaign signs that were placed in the public right-of-way. In this corner of Champlin, they won't be quite as receptive when the next campaign comes a-knockin'.
I definitely think it was a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding?
Yeah. It was just, yeah. I guess that's as far as I'd like to talk about it.
This evening, the DFL issued this statement saying they acted swiftly in firing the worker because they took this incident seriously, saying they employ hundreds of staff of all ages and experience, but for this one rare exception, all act with a high standard of maturity and respect. As far as Sean Folstad, he was ticketed for theft and disorderly conduct and warned by police not to go back into that neighborhood. Tom Lydon, Fox 9 News.